Welcome to the presentation of America's Strongest Man, 105 Kilo, 2022, content by Strongman Corporation, hosted by Strengthlete. Location for the show was at the Nashville Barrell Company. Special thanks to Adam Burke of Southside Strength, and Blake Harris of Music City Muscle for providing the equipment. I'm Nicolas Cambi. I'm hosted by Jesse Nelson and Michael Congdon, and we are commentating from last year's America's Strongest Man. Guys, how we doing?
I'm doing good. Nick, you turn the music down just a little bit. There we go.
There we go.
That's a little better.
But quickly, the roster: DJ Dogget, Nate Bolling, Shane Darrow, Matt Powell, Richie Mocyzgemba, Luke Meredith, Matthew Mcquiston, Frank Provenzano, Bob Schwantz, Tommy Sharp, Michael Congdon, Jesse Nelson, Nicolas Cambi, judges, Brian Bune, Davey Waters. So warming up, all the boys together. But I thought the video quality came in pretty well for this.
I've been waiting for a whole year. I didn't know if anyone even got the footage, so I'm really psyched that you got it and put it together.
Yeah, I was very adamant about getting it over. So put a lot of work in, but it all kind of came in great.
Well,
but,
Nick, with all your experience competing at ASM, how would you rank last year's lineup?
You know, it was pretty stacked. It was interesting because we had 7 pros and 6 special invites last year, right? But you being one of the special invites, Bob being one of the special invites. So I think we had some pretty top-notch quality guys. I would say it's probably easily probably as competitive as probably every other one. And it's crazy that you're the only one competing. Oh, there is Michael Congdon, 180 pounds, 185 pounds, I should say. But yeah, it's pretty nuts that of course you're only returner. But you know what? When we have like 13 guys, that's a great lineup for any America's Strongest Man.
I like shows with quality over quantity anyway, so it's nice having, under 20, 15 to even 10 is nice.
But I think the heavyweights had a decent amount of America's Strongest Man competitors, but usually you only get like either between like 5 and 7 between all the weight classes. So the 105 kilos always show out for the most most numbers. So everybody getting the first warm-ups in, getting right on the board.
I wouldn't call my 185 a warm-up. That was my last one, Nick. Thank you.
Sorry, we're gonna get that press and strength up.
Hopefully.
Abby was making fun of me early because I wrote Nate Boiling a few times in this.
It makes sense coming from Texas.
So let's analyze little Mike's form. So good positioning.
It was just slipping off my shoulder. I felt like I was good for 205, but I couldn't get in a good rack position.
You had plenty of chalk. Do you know what it is, Mike? You needed to come visit. You needed to come attend a Win the Press, Win the Show seminar. That's
I really should. If anyone needs to go, it should probably be me. Frank has improved so much.
Oh yeah. I think you got.
It's not really my thing overhead either, so I need to learn it. I need to learn some tips from you, Cambi.
Well, you did great. You did great here. I think a lot of it is kind of what we talked about before. Of course, since you're a kind of strict presser, like a push press moves in a little foreign, so just really being able to translate the explosion from the legs all the way upward. So that's a lot of it. So a lot of time it comes into having a strong rack positioning. So the strong rack position will allow that power to flow freely up to get to be in that good positioning. So, Mcquiston was one of those guys who was one of the special invites, and he actually, I think he showed out pretty well in this contest. He had a lot of good events, especially in the power stairs that we'll see later.
He's a really good athlete. He's exceptionally good at overhead, but I just think it's that static deadlift and squat strength that's holding them back.
So I wonder with Richie. Oh, there's Jesse.
There
Jesse's
he
first
is.
attempt. So Jesse, I would think that maybe sometimes, I don't know if you're bending back. I always say like using the hips. Sometimes people like to spread their knees out on the press. So I would say maybe kind of playing around, be with the hips. But my big cue when I talk about in my seminars is almost like a quarter front squat. So being able to break at the hips first and kind of step back a little bit. Is usually my cue when it comes to the dips.
Oh, here he is.
My first attempt.
God damn, dude.
Tommy.
Tommy's looks a little different than everyone else's. Like his setup, you know.
I gave Tommy a bunch of cues. I think that to get to his point where he's at before 2020. I was helping him with his dumbbell press, but like really be able to like lean into the side with the dumbbells on, so you have a higher rack positioning on that side. But the rest from there, he's done a great job. I think without a cut, he would probably beat all of us.
Yeah, I can't believe that you and Tommy came back the way you did after that cut.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was for everybody that's listening. Mike was actually so gracious to give me his sweatshirt because I was having cold sweats rehydrating. So
just jackhammering when he was getting his IV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that cut was a little rough for me too. I was like 266 at the start, and then I remember I was talking to you, Nick, about throwing up like bright green bile, like trying to like sweat it out. Started getting a little nauseous and just throwing up like bright green stuff. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it can't be good.
I gotta clear something up. So when you guys say you cut from 260 or 266, you said, is that from Monday to contest day?
That's like the peak of the water load. So like I was probably like 255 before I started water loading, and then like water loaded up to 266 by like Monday night or like Monday, and then cut the rest out by Thursday morning.
Yeah. I didn't get that as heavy during the water load. I might probably put on a few pounds, but I started the cut at 254.4 if I remember right.
Okay.
So pretty much a very similar weight.
How much are you cutting for this year, Mike?
I'm coming from 249 on Monday, so this morning I was 240, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we got a nice little dumbbell meeting. I think this was where everybody's trying to figure out what jumps they want to make, go up to, I think 240, or go up to 250. I think actually the next meeting was up to go up to 255 because some of us split from there. But at this point is the final 5. First one to go. How's that?
Easy peasy.
Actually, those are not Jordans, huh? That's surprising. Tommy's not wearing Jordans there. No knee sleeves, no wrist, no wrist wrap, nothing. Just an elbow sleeve, as raw as you can get.
I think if Tommy was 3 inches shorter and he could hit 105 easier, he would just dominate.
We just have to get as long as his deadlift is where all the points. So you'll see coming up. He dropped a lot of points there, and then he made it, and then he won the last 2. Actually, we don't want to spoil it for the people that are listening, but he had end up coming back and making up a lot of points. But Jesse with a smooth dumbbell press.
What's your best press, Jesse?
Right now, or like best ever?
Best dumbbell. Best dumbbell ever.
Best dumbbell? I think my best ever is about 250. Yeah. 250 in training. So, and then 245 in here. But
so
okay.
you ended up not you got 245, and then you ended up calling it, right? Just because you knew you're pretty much at your max.
Actually, I think I failed at 255. I think that might have been the next jump.
I didn't find it. So of course I was saying that the guy got probably 95% of the videos, but there were a few dumbbell attempts I couldn't find.
All right, come on, Matt. Who'd hit this already? You, Tommy, and Luke?
Jesse and Luke.
Jesse and Luke. Okay.
So right now this would be the top 4, but we don't have Jesse's. I think, of course, Luke and Jesse decided to do 255, but I don't have Jesse's attempt, unfortunately.
I was really impressed by Luke. I never competed with him before, so I didn't know what to expect. But damn, 245 is pretty damn good.
He showed out 2019 ASM when me and Jesse were competing.
On the log press, he was like we're up to like I think 385, and I think he might have made it at the jump right before that, like 375 or something.
Yeah, we all tied a 370. Me, Terry, and Luke.
Yeah,
so they had the video just cut out, so I had him. So I tried to put in what I had. Big bend, yeah.
I can never feel
awkward because it was like slipping. It was like slipping in my hand, so it was like it was moving around. But I think worst comes to worst, I could always done another one. No knee sleeves, just goes. But yeah, that side lane, I taught him that. I don't want to take all the credit, but
so pretty.
Reminds me of Kiyosaki a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
So weighing it out. So actually, it's 285.11. So I've been skimping myself 0.1 of a pound. All right, does it go down? Does it happen?
Come on, Cambi.
What do you think, Mike?
Woo! I put my money on it.
Nice little belt clean.
Come on, Nick.
Huzzah.
Nice.
Oh man, that hurt my shoulder so much. How much it went backwards.
Yeah.
Nice and knocked out, man. You wouldn't know it here after like all the cheers, but when I got back to my like Airbnb that night, I think like after dinner, seeing all like some of the flooded texts would be like, "Oh, it wasn't too overhead. It wasn't locked out." I got like a lot of crap from Russia, even some like the Russians. I'm like,
"Oh, really?"
Man, like just nitpicking.
Yeah.
But
I think also like different camera angles.
Oh yeah.
If you get the down call, you get the down call.
Down call, but it's one thing, but two, like I go out there and say like it was a record, right? But Tom doesn't need a belt clean. Tommy just rips it up. He was too far out there.
The one he did in training leading up to this made me think he was going to hit 300.
Yeah. So I told him that I thought he did like 275 and 285. I think he went like over 275 like 3 times leading up to this. I'm like, you only have X amount of overhead presses like that in a training cycle, right? So you got to make sure you peak and save it for the actual contest. But also I think the way he cuts is just not terrific. But me and Jesse just chatted it up after the event. I think we're talking about
second to last.
Hey, but what happens at the end?
You went from there to third.
That's what it matters.
1 point. Oh, that's funny.
hey, you got to get points where you can.
Yep.
But yeah, I was listening to this. Me and Jess were talking about the move to heavyweight already, so it was just foreshadowing to what it is today. I don't think I told you guys, but I weighed out at
290.
I was saying I weighed out at 290 the other day.
290. Nice.
So I'm getting up there.
How's breathing and sleeping?
I snore a lot, but snoring doesn't bother me. It bothers
Do you have
Abby,
a CPAP?
So no,
Do you have a CPAP?
It doesn't seem like I'm. No, I'm not choking in my sleep, so I haven't need to get one yet. But I probably could have better breathing.
Tommy at 6.
So like you see there, like Tommy, I don't really get it. He always. Everybody, you see a lot of us like wearing socks or something like that. You always wear his shoes when he deadlifts. If Tommy, once you watch this, can you stop wearing your shoes when you deadlift and try being a little shorter when you deadlift and have maybe a better leverage? So Jesse got 15 reps there. So that was still pretty good points. And now got the top 5 on the event. To be honest, even though like the handles are, I think it was not as big as a pick. This is probably the worst I ever felt after an event.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. It was probably top 3 or 4 for me. My neck was so pumped, I thought I was gonna pass out.
It was heavy, but it wasn't a big pick, and we just had to do so many reps. So I felt disgusting after this.
I felt like I was going to explode at the top of each rep. Like, just my blood pressure was going so high.
I mean, it was such a short range of motion.
Like, really hot.
It could have been 850 at the top or more.
Yeah. I remember it was like heating up a lot. It getting like real hot during this too. So everyone was like dying in the heat in the sun.
Hiding in the shade over there.
Yeah.
I think we could have done ourselves a favor if they pushed the handles in one more notch. I think that could have been probably maybe in like maybe like low double digits instead of the high double digits. But you know what?
Yeah.
It still was a great contest. So you have Shane
Darrow.
I
had no belief in myself that I'd be able to do the yoke after this the way I felt. I thought I was done.
Yeah, I didn't want to be at the contest anymore after this one.
No.
So Shane was it was interesting. He was telling me he hurt his back and like I think one of his lats because he went for a 600-pound front squat 2 weeks out. I'm like, how's that going to get you better for this? Yeah, exactly. Like, how's that going to get you better for this contest? So Shane, sorry for bringing that up, but no 600-pound front squats right before the contest. It's impressive though.
Did he get it? I mean, shit, 600 is pretty heavy.
I think so. I want to say yes.
One thing about that frame too is it doesn't flex much. A lot of car deadlifts kind of flex. That one felt like pulling on an axle almost.
So the frame was brought to you by Bob Schwantz. Need a little extra attention, but he ended up being okay. I think he just got a quick cramp.
I was busy trying to make myself not feel like death. I missed all this. Oh, he got 19 too. Damn.
Yeah. I think there was I don't think I had all the videos, but I think there was a 3 or 4 weight tie with 19. And also a special shout out to Ray, the chiropractor, for helping us out all weekend. Frank. It almost looks like it. I remember you couldn't really touch and go on this, so it almost looks like you're touch and go, but it's not.
Frank's one of the most impressive deadlifters in our class for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember wanting to stop really bad at 12 reps.
No way. And you but you were one of the first ones to go, so you're probably like setting the line of what had to be out there in terms of reps. So the fact that you got 19, knowing you had 19, I don't think I would have done 20 if I knew I had to do 20.
And then Nicholas.
And then sporting the SBD socks, that pretty much gave me a few extra reps. So FYI, you guys need to get the SBD socks. Anybody that's listening.
Ah, come on, feed. There we go. Well, since you got up to 290, what do you think you can deadlift on a Texas deadlift bar, Nick?
Ooh. Texas, by the end of the year, I'm hoping to go for, end of the summer, I want to go for 800 for 4. So I'm just going to throw 800 on the bar and see how much I can rep out. Probably the weight. I want to go for 4, yeah.
Okay.
When I was,
that'd be cool.
When I went to Elite, my goal was to hit 3. Ended up only hitting 2, but not to make excuses, but I was coming in on a flight and actually get motion sickness on the flight. Originally I wasn't gonna lift, but then I was thinking Dave Tate used to compete with not compete but train with West Side. So I'm like, if I puss out, he's gonna look at me funny, so I couldn't do that. But we were talking over it, but I said here, like, I tied Frank, which is pretty good. I think a big accomplishment in anything, tying Frank on the deadlift. So that's 2 years in a row I tied Frank on the deadlift.
Didn't you both hit 785 in San Antonio?
Sure did. Yeah, you were there. You're just
there for a little
watching.
Bit. Yeah. This was the event I was most excited for by far, because I was thinking I was going to take at least top 3 or so, and that maybe not everyone else was going to even move the 1,000 pounds. I was blown away by how everyone did.
It was not easy. Jesse, in the meantime, you want to tell the audience how your biceps is feeling?
Yeah, it's healing up pretty good. Back to regular training in the gym. I don't really notice it right now. Just kind of maintaining my strength. It hit for my overhead press, I hit like a 315 for 6 with it already since the injury. So
wow.
It's feeling pretty good.
And that's strict press, right?
Yeah, that was strict press.
Just to clarify, because that's even more impressive. No legs.
Come on, Bob.
Come on, Dad.
Go, Dad.
Let's go, Dad.
I forget what Bob was doing, but Bob wasn't, even though he did really well in the show, and I don't think he was even training really up to it the whole time. I think he was on vacation 2 weeks out, if I remember right. Mr. Frank, congratulations on the new baby boy. Him and Cassandra just had their first child. But this event, it was funny when the events originally came out, how many people I was yelling at for doing a 1,000-pound yoke the first week of training. I think you were one of them, Mike.
It wasn't my first week of training, but I kind of regret doing that.
Just like I was saying about Tommy, you only have so many 1,000-pound yokes in you as well. So you can't. I was like, I'm not going heavier than. I don't think I went heavier than 870 in training, because I was like, I'm not taxing my burnout my CNS too early.
Oh no.
But this was I think this is Powell's best event of the contest here. You really kind of showed up on this yoga event. I think he kind of struggled in a few other events, but like I feel like this performance gave him a lot of confidence. He ended up making the finals of the Clash this past March, so he really kind of showed out, and that was a great round of 1,000 right there. Yeah, there he is. What are you listening to, Mike? There.
Nothing. I'm just.
Oh no, I
Squeeze your ears.
What does Mike Congdon listen to when he trains?
Sometimes I listen to that new funk, like PHONK. It's like a Ukrainian electronic music. Otherwise, I like Slipknot, Gojira, and what's Primer 55 lately.
Oh, interesting. I never heard that. Come on, Mike.
Third. Okay. Couldn't remember what I told him.
Here am I. Easy does it.
I can't believe how fast 800 moves for everyone now.
Yeah.
Well, remember this was 15 feet, but yeah, it used to be a heavy yoke for the 105, and now it's pretty routine for most athletes.
Yeah.
And I felt this red yoke was the hardest yoke out of all of them too.
It's a lot wider.
Save the best one for last.
And you won this one, Jesse?
Sure did.
Okay.
There he is. What does Jesse Nelson like to listen to?
Oh man, I listen to everything.
Country Roads on repeat.
Let's see.
Holy
I'll
shit,
listen
Jesse! This kid's itching for crazy.
Yeah, the 900 was very fast.
What?
Faster than the 800.
I kind of lost my balance right there and had to repick it, but
You're taking huge steps too.
yeah.
Oh my God, Jesse! I don't remember seeing that.
Jesse, I was like, Jesse, you beat me by. I think you beat me by 0.16. I was just like,
Okay.
Yeah, 0.16. But a win. A win's a win. So it's a pretty clear difference between like the top four.
Yeah.
And the rest were in the 30s. And then the points total, so good points for everybody there. So you see, right now, like some people are climbing down, some people are going down. So it was cool how the points that were starting to mix up, especially in the middle there. Now, what do you guys think? So, of course, power stairs, 345 and 375. I believe that I wrote down. It's going to come up, 345, 375. I feel like it was almost a little too light, just because we had so many times that are so close to each other. But what did you guys think?
I think it should have been 425 and like 475.
475, so much heavier.
Yeah, I think heavier. It was pretty light.
I still think like, for instance, the guys we don't ruin for the audience. The guys who won it and did really well were still done the same thing, but at least there would have been a couple seconds in between.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it when maybe a third of the field at least doesn't finish. A third finishes, and then the other third is kind of like one step away or something like that. So you get better separation on points.
So here, each run was about 20 seconds. So I put everybody's runs here.
Come on, Matt, let's go.
Oof.
Yeah, you could not catch the lip at all.
I like having events that, sure, you got to be skilled. Like the yoke, you got to know what you're doing. But if it's heavy enough and you're not strong enough, you're going to not be as fast as the other guys. This was so fast.
And Nate and Richie were two guys that competed like 2 weeks prior over at the Waco show, the Waco Regional. So they were like screw it, we're not gonna miss America's Strongest Man, so they hopped right in. And then DJ Dogget, I think this is his best event here. Using his height to his advantage.
DJ's a hell of an athlete for just being new to strongman.
Oh yeah, so excited to see more from him.
No way, Luke.
Big hops. Big finish. All right.
Oh man.
So for Frankie, I think he might have dropped a couple points here. I think this would probably be one of his better events, being a deadlifting. But I felt that like this America's Strongest Man was a kind of a shake the rust off contest because he ended up really going above and beyond over at OSG, taking fourth a couple months after this. So not even a couple months; it was like 6 weeks. So it was a nice little warm up. Mr. Jesse Nelson,
Quick feet.
big old quads.
BD.
Hey, you're keeping the beard shorter these days, Jesse.
Yeah. It's I work in security now, so you know they're kind of worried about someone grabbing onto it or something. But I miss the old beard. You know, it used to go down my belt buckle.
You just saving it to grow on your back or what?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, I did save it when I cut it off. I kept the beard. I braided it and kept it.
God, Richie's powerful.
Oh yeah. So like with Richie, I was saying before, it's pretty much short training session or training block right after Waco going into this. So even the dismount, I think I could have done a better job of like throwing it up there and then doing the change, which could have been the difference of the event, but still solid finish.
You took fourth in that? Oh man.
Yeah. Well, but watch the next three on all their times.
That was fast transition.
Mm-hmm.
$19.34.
So I think this was your best event, Mike.
Yeah, for sure. Whew. 1909. And what does Tommy get?
But I think if I had to put a betting man, I would say Tommy was going to win this event going into this anyway, just because he could just pretty much might be able to take 2 steps when we all take 1.
Yeah.
Long strides. I think this was his event to lose.
1909 to 0.09.
So there were 5 guys within 0.4 seconds of each other. So you'll take a look right here. So the top 5 guys all 0.4 seconds away from each other.
1909 and 19.
So you got me by 0.3, Mr. Mike. But then I think on this next event, I think I did the same thing back to you. So
okay.
It's even.
I wanted to get you on at least one event.
One. That's what you said. You said. I think originally I remember right on the yoke. You were like, I want to get you on the yoke.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's one of my favorites. So setting up for a tight final event.
It was nice to mix it up, do something different. 35 and a half.
So all pretty close.
Oh, wow. Bob, Tommy, me, and Frank. And Matt. Real close.
Oh. You have all these guys. Anybody can go into the podium. Special thanks to all the volunteers that day. The Sandbag Medley, some nice aerial footage by the unknown cameraman. This was interesting. This is not what I expected for the sandbag. I thought it was gonna be one event, maybe like all shouldering. That was my guess originally. So DJ, Mr. Nate, and I wrote Boiling there. Don't hurt me, Nate.
On.
I guess that was a pretty fair judgment.
Yeah. There you go. Did he give him that?
Actually, in the end, I don't think he did, but I don't think it really would have mattered.
No.
Because everybody else was able to shoulder it a little faster.
That was a good pick.
So, Mr. Shane Darrow.
Doesn't Shane have an 800-pound deadlift?
Yes.
Oh
He's very, very strong. I think he just needs to clean up on a few events, and I think he's going to be one of those contenders. Sorry, Matt. Not all the footage got cut off here, so this is all I had of your sandbag run, but it was a pretty solid sandbag run. You got Mr. Richie Mo. I got tired of writing Mocyzgemba every time.
I feel like Richie's only problem is he's so strong he can't control it all the time. He makes little mistakes.
He's too jacked.
He's too strong. Ooh.
So I think Luke was the only one that went vertical here. And he had a pretty solid way to shoulder it.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot Luke's time. Sorry, but we'll be there at the end.
Matt Mcquiston.
Mr. Mcquiston.
Go. Quick.
He was probably
Wow.
I think he was the people's champion there because I think he had the most fans being from Nashville.
Tommy just made that look embarrassing. That was so easy.
Just long strides, man. It's hard to compete with.
Whew. Oh my God.
2 first places to finish off the contest. Not a bad way to finish. Mr. Dad. First place for the longest beard. Sorry, Jesse. Great run by Bob. And Mr. Frank. Right before he had the baby, there was a picture of him like being pretty jacked, pretty ripped at 270. So I'm curious if he's cutting down anytime soon or if he's just maintaining for his next show. Mr. Michael Congdon.
Who's that little guy?
Who's this guy? Great transition. I think that's one of your strong points. Great turn. Solid knee slaps. Let's go, Jesse.
Quad slaps. You just make pressing look too easy, Jesse. It's silly.
Oh,
I think I went way too wide around the barrel there.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have almost pushed for Tommy's time. I think if you probably made a better adjustment, but still a great time, especially taking for second.
Do you train stiff leg rows, Nick?
No, this kind of happened naturally.
Okay. I've noticed you do a lot of your picks like that.
I do. My log sometimes, especially on stones. I think that's where we got correlated. So if you look on the times, I think there, I beat you by 0.3. So we were both traded off 0.3 on the last two events. And the points for the final event. And so let's see what happens at the end. I think we have a pretty good idea what happens, but what happens?
7th place to 5th place was a 2-point spread. 7th place, Matt Mcquiston was 39. 6th place, Frank with 40, and Bob with 41 in 5th place. Tommy in 4th place with 45, a half point out of 3rd place. Our newest American Strongman Corporation professional, Michael Congdon.
What did that mean to you, Mike?
What did it mean?
Yeah.
It was just kind of validation that all the competitions that I competed in, I deserve to be there. I've basically, in my mind, I've been a pro for a long time, but to finally do the thing felt really good.
And now you got a nice free invite to go ASM this year. So qualifying, just check the box.
That's what I really wanted. So that if I could chill out for a year or two, just enter a big show and not qualify.
It's nice. Jesse is second. Have you guys drinking your bottle at all?
I still got mine. I got a little bit left.
Yeah, and it's loaded.
You still have yours? I'm the wrong.
Nicolas Cambi has not been beaten in competition.
Yeah, I still got one.
So, did you drink it though?
Yeah.
You drank it. I haven't touched mine yet. Oh, little buzz, little celebration. So your podium for the ASM 2022.
Also, they'll be going home, so we have $5 grand for first place, $3 grand for second place, and $2 grand for third place.
Yeah, I believe the prize money is the same this year too, which is again another big payout. I think the most payout, again, different from the other years, but I think the most for any contest for the rest of the year. So ASM is where the payouts happen. All right, final scores: half a point over Tommy. That was tight, Mr. Congdon.
I didn't realize I was so close to Jesse. If I didn't suck at dumbbell, I might have taken second, damn it.
Maybe for future ASMs to come.
It was pretty cool to share the podium with you guys. I was okay with taking third against you guys.
So that is our ASM special. Thank you guys for tuning in. Mr. Congdon, you want to give us a little preview of what's going to happen this weekend?
Well, I got ASM in Chicago at the Wings of Strength Expo. So currently in my cut, and I'm pretty banged up right now, not going to lie. But I'm going to give her hell. And they are very good events for me besides the press. So more than anything, I want to win the Conan's Wheel. That's my ultimate #1 goal.
That'll be exciting. There hasn't been a Conan's Wheel at ASM since 2016, so I think that's going to be a great event. What's your weight at right now?
On Monday, I weighed 249. It's Wednesday, and I was 240 this morning. So going well. Should be a pretty easy trip to 231.
Are you flying or driving?
Driving. I live 6 hours away, so my girlfriend and I are heading out tomorrow.
Not too shabby. So I'll be in there Friday, so I'll see you then. And then Jesse, do you have any thoughts of what's going to happen at America's Strongest Man this year? Got any favorites outside of Mike?
Yeah, I think it's going to be real competitive. I think there's probably 5 or 6 guys that could hit the podium, and I'm pretty pumped to see what Zach does. He's
Me
kind
too.
of before my time. He has 3 ASMs already, so he's
Before
going for
my
that fourth. If he gets that
He's going
fourth,
for the
he could
mythical
tie
fourth.
Sean. Yeah, he could tie Sean and have 2 guys with 4 of them. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, Mike, I agree with you. I think 4 out of 5 events are yours. I think you have 4 events out of there that are really good for you, and I think you're my pick. So
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna do my
looking forward
best,
to see
man.
you.
I swear to God. I'm curious to see how Dan, Justin, Nick Hine, and Zach.
Don't
Me.
forget Jeffrey Lee.
Oh my God, this is a stacked show. This is really stacked.
It's going to be epic.
And you got a lot of those guys are good at all those events. Like I was counting, like Jeff is really good at 4 of the 5. Dan's good at 4 of the 5. And then of course, and then you can kind of go on. So it's just everybody. It's just really gonna come down to matchups and timing. Sometimes it's just doing the best on your bad event, so you can see how everybody else did on the next event. So it's just everybody really is going to grind. So I'm pretty excited to commentate. So one of the things that I look forward to is
You're gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm the commentator.
Sweet.
I'm the live streamer. So I'm gonna of course make sure to have fun stories, get some in between analysis between the events. But also I'm gonna make up a different story for Mike the Slice for every time you go up. So I hope you enjoy them.
Okay.
But that is our America's Strongest Man 2022 watch party and commentating. Jesse and Mike, thank you for coming on. Best of luck. Of course, in your next competition, Mike, and then of course Jesse. Of course, we'll see you real soon on the competition floor.
All right, thanks, Nick. This was super fun.
But everybody, stay
good
strong.
talking to you guys. Good seeing you.
Later.